man. Do what you got to do.
Cool. Coach Nate Johnson from DePaul University. Thank you for joining me tonight. How you doing, man?
Doing great. How about yourself?
Good. I can't complain. Even if I did, nobody's listening. So what difference does
So
it make? So before we dive into it, tell me what your position is and what all sports you work with at DePaul.
I'm a sports performance assistant sports performance director at DePaul University. I work with women's basketball, I work with men's golf, and I work with men's soccer.
Very nice. You jack of all trades. You got quite a bit going on.
Gotta do it all, man. Gotta be able to do it all.
Love it. Yeah, you know a few of my kids, so you know Lily Boswell.
Yeah.
Good. I taught her at Riverside High School, and I coached her brother. He's playing at Towson now. She mentioned you. I was like, yeah, I think that's who I've been talking to.
Yeah, man. She was great people, man. I love Lily, man. Lily was so great, man.
Cool kid, right?
Yeah.
The family like
man.
that.
Real laid back, just chill, man. But gets the job done.
That's it. Oh yeah. She'll grind it. She'll go. She'll
Yeah.
go.
Oh yeah.
So now, when did you get certified for the CSCS?
I got certified back in 20, I want to say 2018, 2019, 2018.
So you did that a few years coming out of college.
Yeah. Like as
Very
soon
nice.
like I graduated, took it the very end of no, very beginning of 2018, or no, very end of 2017, missed it by like 8 points, and then took it again back in February of 2018 and got it.
So I was reading about it, and I saw that it's a 54% pass rate the first time.
Yeah.
Which and you did your undergrad in kinesiology, I'm assuming.
Yep.
So to that, I'm kind of looking at it like, whoa, you better come correct. That's
You
hard.
got to. You got to come correct. It's not even like the content is like how you have to say, like you have to be able to apply what they say, but also kind of some of the questions because like they ask in a way like you can have two right answers. They like give the most right one, which is like that's still both still right. You need the most right one.
Got you. See, and that makes so much sense because I did the live workshop about a year ago. And it helped. It was cool. I still got all my notes. I printed everything off. I ran up all my school's ink trying to get all that stuff taken care of.
Right.
And, I did the first practice test and I got a 22 out of 35. But to that point, there were a few questions that it was like, which one makes the most sense? What is the most applicable? And I'm sitting there, I'm like, God, these are both right, though. Like, I can't completely throw that out because that kind of, I need that for the. Mm-hmm. But okay, so true. And that leads me to my question, my first of a few questions. Which section gave you the most trouble? And which one would you say look at the most a few times?
The most trouble, I would say the science part, not in the nutrition part for me, because like I wasn't strong in nutrition. So like I knew I need to really get really good in nutrition because that was the part I knew I was going to struggle with. And like the way I got studied ready for, like I literally went down the whole list of vitamins, minerals, and like how to count the macros. Like I just kept redoing it over and over, giving people make myself fake examples just so I can get better at it. Because you got to practice, you got to be able to one know it, but also to be able to apply it too.
Absolutely. Now the practical part, I feel like that probably wasn't as big of a challenge for you.
No, that was because like I was already intern and I had already like been working with high schools. Like that part was just easier. It's like it was more of almost like the common sense part of the test. But that's the part I didn't get. Like I missed on because I didn't read the very back end, like the facilities part. I didn't read it. I didn't go into depth of how if I should have studying wise. I missed like probably like the last 4 questions of that, and that's where I kind of missed my points.
Got you. And dude, I've messed around with some of the flashcards, some of the apps, things that I'm diving into. And there were times where the correct answer would show itself. And I'll be like, how did I did not read the last two words of the question. Oh my goodness. Like, which one would not be the most efficient?
Right.
I'm like, which one be the most efficient? Well, of course, SMR, we got a foam roll. Like, now I'm also thinking I know everything, and now look, you done got it wrong.
Exactly.
So yeah, reading the complete question, scientific part, absolutely. What resources did you use to prepare you the best for?
So for me, back at Louisiana Tech where I did my undergrad, my professor was like on the CSCS like basically board. So like he kind of knew the test in the sense like he taught us all like from the book and like how it basically was going to be kind of set up. So we took that class. If you took the class, you had a good chance of passing it. And then he also made PowerPoints on every single chapter. So he was really super in depth with everything. It's like that's really how I passed because I just studied literally the PowerPoints he made for us. Looked in the book at parts I didn't know that he didn't really kind of cover, and I was good from there. And then after that, like I did like maybe one time I got like a practice test to see where I was. But after that, everything was just applying and just continue giving myself scenarios.
Absolutely. It sounds like scenarios in the okay. In between the science and the scenarios, I'm taking away those are the two ones that you really just got to nail, and that's just how
Yeah,
it's broken down. And correct me if I'm wrong. You cannot use a calculator, correct?
you cannot. And that was that ate me up
Well,
in the
dude, and that's the
beginning.
thing because I'm looking at like the grams to kilograms. How do I determine the carbs he needs? I'm like, I'm gonna do this with no cal. Ooh.
It would, man, that's what I was like, ooh, 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 ooh. It's hard, man. But I mean, like, you just gotta find a way. You gotta get back to your bag and like work your mathematics a little bit too, man.
Gotcha. Now, how much has having the CSCS? What has it done for you career wise? What kind of doors has it opened? Networking? What has it really done? What's been the biggest benefit of having it for you personally?
Not having my resume thrown out the door from the jump. Because if you don't have the CSCS, they just gonna be like, they're not gonna even look. They're like, you ain't got it. You ain't gonna worry about it. So that's been the biggest thing is not having my resume thrown out the door from the jump. And also just being able to help others. Because I mean, if you have it, others gonna ask you how to do it and continue to help push the field forward.
Gotcha. See, and that's the thing. Like, I played sports all my life. I jumped into coaching. I've been big into speed training. I just started my formal education a couple years ago. So I don't have like a real kinesiology background. My
Got
degree
you.
is in marketing and education.
Got
So
you.
there's so much that I'm trying to make up for so much time lost, and even the master's program that I'm doing, it's in depth. It served me well. There's a lot of things I can recall off the top of my head, but it is a little bit of an expedited process.
Right.
There's so many labs and practicals and things that like I don't have that experience. I'm like,
Exactly.
man, this dude really was in it full time undergrad. To me, that's just a whole different thing. And master's programs are going to be accelerated anyway. And COVID
Exactly.
messed us up. It's online. I mean, school's
Right.
completely different now. But okay, and so because I've got a couple practice quizzes that I bought. The exercise manual was thrown out there also. Did you feel the need to use that, or were you pretty good in just in technique
I
regardless?
looked at it just to make sure like I was solid. Like most of it, like I was like I already was like, okay, I know this. I just got it just to make sure I didn't miss anything or just to make sure the terminology I used was right. And that was it.
See,
And
and so I'm sorry, go ahead, brother.
I'm about to say I will say on the test, what you see, like you'll see something wrong, but they won't have it listed. And you're like, that's not what I saw. And you just gotta do the best you can. I will say they do that sometimes.
Got you. Because one of the guys I coach football with has his CS. He's kinesiology, everything like you are.
Right.
And I was like, I told him I just did my NASM PES and I just finished some of those, the core classes and such. What is the biggest jump? He was like, it's really terminology.
Yeah.
And he was like, you got to know it because NASM is going to use different terminology than NSCA.
Yes.
And I was like, okay, so I got to translate this pretty much. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm about to say, did you feel the terminology was a barrier at all in that sense?
Oh, I don't think it was much of a. I wouldn't say it was a barrier for me because like I've been molded through like all the science and
Right.
biologies, anatomy. Like I've literally been thrown up into like I knew what to expect. So it's kind of like plus my instructor, he was the one that he was literally on the board for us, so he knew the terminology used. Like I knew we had a general sense of what we're going to see. So
Got
that's why it was like so. I didn't say easy, but like I understood what's going on.
and then as far as mentally, when you didn't pass the first time, what did it do to you, and how did you come back better the second time?
I feel great because like for me, like as long as I know how the test goes, I can make the second time I'm gonna be better at it. So
Got
like, okay, I'm good. I only missed it by those 8 points, which is like 4 questions. I'm good. I'm gonna pass the next time.
you
So I
didn't
was
you,
like,
you didn't go in there with a get a 50. You got a
yeah,
60, whatever. Like
exactly. I was good. I was like, I passed the hardest part. Missed the easiest part by like literally a few points. I'm cool. I'm gonna get that with ease.
so that really it boosted your confidence.
Yeah, it definitely did. Oh yeah.
See, now that's refreshing because I've seen some people, man, they fail the test and it's like everything I've been working on just goes to nothing. I'm like, well, hold on. You don't lose. You either win or you learn. So what did you learn?
Exactly.
Okay, man, that's refreshing, and it's leading up to it. As far as your practice test, I've got it scheduled so that the weekend before I take the test on a Tuesday, December 5th.
Mhm.
That weekend, I'm going to do the practice questions bundle I bought has 200 questions. I'm going to do 100 Saturday, 100 Sunday, rest
Okay.
a little bit Monday, and go Tuesday. Up
Okay.
until the test day, what does your prep look like? Well, at what point did you give yourself a mental break before jumping in that chair?
Trying to think, what did I do? I think I just kept like I would just go through the book or go through all the PowerPoints that I was like having troubles with. The ones that I didn't know, like I would just skim in a sense of like, okay, do a scenario, move on, keep going what you do. I think I gave myself a mental break probably 3 days out. No, 4 days out, I gave myself a mental break, like a deload. And then I went back in the study. I was like, all right, let's peak up. And by that day before, like I made sure I slept early. Like I didn't stay up late, I just slept early. It's like what I got is what I got at this point. And went in like that.
You're like, it's game day. So yelling at the kids ain't gonna help now. I should have been yelling in practice.
Exactly.
Okay, gosh, man, you in that short time, you giving me so much insight on what to look for, what to do, what not to do. And really, I mean, looking at the pass rate versus you coming back and getting it that second time, that's given me a lot of confidence, man. I appreciate that story, that testament. I thank you for that, man.
I will say one more thing too, like the Facebook, there's a Facebook group I think that has like that does a CSCS too. I would say get them because one of my interns, that's how he like passed the second time or third time he did it. It's like he found one of those groups and they like had all they had a good bit of information to give. So the Facebook CSCS study groups are like another good one too.
I'm gonna jump on that as soon as we get out of here, man. Definitely. All right, man. Look, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap that up. I don't want to hold your time, but I truly thank you for this, man. And I'm listening to you talk. I'm like, man, I need to stay in touch with this brother. He got it on. He know what he's talking about.
Hey, let's stay in touch, man. Definitely.
How old are you, man?
I'm 28.
Dude, you got a lot to offer at 28, bro. I'm sitting at 34, like, bro, school me.
Man, I'm trying. I got you, man. That's my job, man. Is to keep passing information. Like if you hold on to it, you're not doing anything. Because again, we're giving this life to give, not hold on. So like that's when life begins, when you give. So I'm trying to give as much as I can.
Man, see, you dropping that good word in here too, man. You got a good vibe, man. I appreciate this.
No problem, man.
All right, man. Well, look, we're gonna be in touch. I'll keep you posted. We'll talk some more, man.
All right, man. Sounds great to me, man.
Definitely, man. Enjoy your night. God bless, brother.
You too, great. God bless you too.